my whole life, all I've ever wanted was just to have impact and influence in a positive way. And if you asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, I didn't always know. I just knew that I wanted to help people. And it feels really great that I'm doing that. In my client business, I'm helping people. As a teacher, of high school kids, I'm helping them. And it's just been really cool to see that come full circle. So as something, you asked what was, sort of the most impactful and influential part of this journey so far. And it was probably that, because making the bodybuilding.com spokesmodel search to me meant your passion, your persistence, and your patience is what got you here. And those three things that we talked about in the beginning, like those three things have gotten me to where I am now. And it felt like, wow, my hard work is paying off. And it just was something to help me keep going. And now I'm a signed bodybuilding.com athlete, and I'm working with them closely, and I'll be going out to their expo next month, and I'll be filming more content with them and workouts with them. And just having my fitness journey come full circle like that with them has been the most impactful thing, and such a boost in confidence, and that you don't have to be someone in order to make it. Your journey is what makes it. We're constantly searching sometimes for this fame, and how did this person get so many followers, and why aren't I growing on Instagram and things like that. But none of that matters. If you're doing what you love and you have that patience and that passion and that persistence, it's always going to pay off. It always will. My name is Joelle Cavagnaro, and this is my story.
This is how I envision everything whenever I think of you, this is what I think you are.
Okay.
So you're a positive, influential role model for others to be better at the little things in life that make the biggest impact. So the reason I say that is because on your Instagram and all your social media, it's just always positive inputs throughout your day. So the Already Wednesday thing that you always do, all those little things.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that something that you think is accurate?
Yeah, definitely. So something that I really try to hammer home with my followers and anyone that is sort of a part of my fitness journey, it's really important to me that I can be a positive light in their life. I think that for a lot of people, social media can be a really good thing, and it can also be a really bad thing. Unfortunately, I see a lot of girls that use social media as something that makes them feel worse about themselves, and they follow these girls that have these great bodies, and then they compare themselves to them, and then they feel like, people are posting these unattainable pictures, and you can't work, and you can't do fitness, and you can't have a full-time job and make time for the gym. And I just want to show people that all of that is doable, and with a smile on your face. So sort of those little positive mindset snippets are just to remind people hey, you got this, you can do this, because sometimes we're just our own worst enemy. And I think that we get in our own heads far too much, and sometimes we're the
100%.
only people stopping us from getting in the way of our goals because of our own self-doubt. So if I could just be there to encourage someone and change their day and shift their mindset a little bit, then that's something that really makes me feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Super important, because that's one of the main reasons why I'm doing this with Article 21. Everybody gets so in the mindset of all the negativity, and that's always put first than all the positive stuff that's truly happening everywhere around them, every day, all day. And I think that's just so important for anybody, whatever you're doing. If you have an online presence and you're trying to make some sort of impact, that's so important. So that's why I love what you're doing.
Thanks.
With all the fitness stuff and everything that you're
Thank you.
constantly getting better at on a daily basis. So
it's more than just fitness. It's to me, it's a lifestyle, it's a mindset. It's about shifting your mind and your body to be a better you. And every single day is a new chance to bring a better version of myself. So it's not that, you know, I need to be the strongest girl in the gym or the fastest girl on the track. It's just be better than I was yesterday. And that's really what I try to hammer home with people, is like, just be better than you were yesterday in the gym, you know, in your meals, in your job, in work. You know, I want to be a better wife than I was yesterday. I want to be a better daughter than I was yesterday, and I want to be stronger than I was yesterday. So that's a mantra that I really try to like hammer home with everyone, is like, it's okay. You don't need to be the best at everything. Just be better than you were the day before, and that's progress.
Mm-hmm.
So
you mentioned runner, so a cross-country runner yourself. Did you ever see yourself getting to where you are now with fitness?
God, no. I mean, I was a cross-country runner in middle school, high school. That was like my sport, was running. And now I pretty much don't run unless something is chasing me.
Cardio is more than enough getting up to the spot.
I know. So I do a lot of walking, of course, because I live in the city, but running is definitely not my first choice of cardio anymore. But I never thought that athleticism would have turned into what it is now with like bodybuilding and fitness. You know, I've always loved fitness. My dad was a bodybuilder, so that's always kind of been in my house, and I was an athlete growing up, so I had some background knowledge, but I never really envisioned myself working with it as closely as I am now. But I'm so grateful that I am, because it's something that I truly love and I'm truly passionate about. So did I think that when I was running cross country that I would be here? No, but I'm glad I am.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good. From your transformation pictures, like, it's kind of remarkable to see where you were when you started fitness and to where you are now. So I'm sure that was a really important part of your life to overcome, and I'm sure a very difficult time for you to make that change. So if you just want to like explain what that whole moment and that whole time period was like for you to get over what you were missing to move on from that.
Like we kind of talked about before, I was an athlete growing up. I ran cross country, and I really had no concept of nutrition at all. I was very much in the mindset of like, oh, if I work out, I could eat whatever I want. And I mean, when you're 16, 17 years old, that works. You know, I was tiny. I had this crazy fast metabolism just genetically. And I was running, 10 miles every day. So I ate like crap, but I just burned through everything I ate. And so I never really put on the weight that I would have if I was eating like that now. And so I was super small in high school. I probably went to college weighing about 95 pounds. And that was pre-eating disorder. So it's always funny when people see like a picture of me from high school or something, they're like, oh, that's when you were anorexic. And I'm like, no, that's when I was eating like a linebacker. So the eating disorder really didn't happen until around my second year of college. I went away my freshman year. I kept those same great eating habits, but I was not running 10 miles a day. So those calories began to catch up with me, and I gained about 30 pounds my freshman year of college. So that summer when I went home, I kind of looked in the mirror and was like, I don't even like recognize me. Like, I'm used to being this tiny little thing, and I went to college weighing 95 pounds, and I came home that first summer weighing 130 pounds. And I know what it was. I was eating too many calories for how little I was burning, because I would go to the gym every now and then, but I didn't really know what to do at the gym. I was always a runner, so all I really knew was running. If I went to the gym, I'd go run a few miles, and maybe that was once or twice a week, but I was clearly eating more than I was burning, and that, was why I put on all that weight. So I went home that summer, and I was like, all right, you like fitness, you've always been an athlete, you're a health and phys ed major, you could do this. So that began my first, the start, I guess, of my journey into okay, I want to be fit, I want to be healthy. If you've ever Googled something like how to get abs, or how to get a six-pack as quick as possible, or something like that, how girls can lose weight, whatever it was that I was researching, here I think I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do my research and do it the right way. Meanwhile, like, you Google stuff like that and you're getting such crap and such misinformation on the internet. And I was just steered in so many wrong directions of, you know, cut out calories and cut out carbs and cut out fats and don't eat sugar. Sugar will make you fat and fats will make you fat and egg yolks are bad. Only have egg whites. There was just so much info that now looking back, I know the majority of it was crap info. I started working out more that summer. When I went back to school, started using like my school's weight room when I went back to college and things like that. So I did start losing weight that summer, and more so in the fall when I got back to school and could really like get back into my routine. But when I went back to school in the fall, there was really a lot of different things going on in my life. When I went home that first summer, my dad was diagnosed with cancer. So the gym was something that became my therapy while my dad was struggling. It was my way to cope. So I would go to the gym during the summer, first thing in the morning, and then I'd go to work, and then I'd go back to the gym and I'd work out a second time. And I'm not usually like a big advocate of 2-a-day workouts anymore because it can just be really overtraining and run your body down super quickly. But I used to say that I was going to the gym for me in the morning and to work out, and then I would say that I was going to the gym in the afternoon for my sanity and my therapy. So it was almost like one, I needed to go to the gym because I wanted to work out, and the other was like, I want to go to the gym because I need it right now. Like, I don't know what else to do. So when I went back to school, my dad was still recovering from his cancer surgery. My boyfriend at the time was home, well, who's now my husband, was home 4 hours away from where I was at school. I was not getting along very well with my roommate. I was double majoring in college, so I was taking the max 18 credits, and I was just inundated with work. And there was a lot going on in my life that was very, very much out of my control. I couldn't control that my dad was sick. I couldn't control how far my boyfriend was. I couldn't control my roommate, you know, being in a fight with me. I couldn't control the work my teachers were giving me. But I could control food, and I can control my workouts. And that's really what spiraled into an eating disorder. So people always ask me, you know, how did you end up feeling so bad about yourself? Like, did that stem from childhood? And I was like, I was the most confident person ever. Like, a lot of people, their eating disorders stem from bad body image and feeling bad about themselves. And it really wasn't like that for me. It came from a place of like, yeah, I want to get in shape and I want to be healthier, but I never hated my body. I never, you know, suffered from like anxiety and depression of like hating who I was or my body or anything like that. It really just became this downward spiral because I got into health and fitness at a time that I also was lacking control in my life, and that the combination of needing to control something and wanting to get healthier and more fit just became a mess. And at the time, I thought that I was doing everything right. I thought that I was being healthy. You know, I cut out carbs and I cut out fats and I cut out everything, and everything on the internet that was telling me to, you know, eat this and don't eat that made me so fearful of food and fearful of calories and fearful of weight gain that, God, I started at 130, and I mean, at one point I just stopped weighing myself, but I was below 90 pounds. I mean, I lost that weight and then I couldn't stop. I wanted to keep going, and that's, you know, I tend to be an all or nothing kind of person, and that could be a great thing, but that can also be, you know, all or nothing to a fault. And so for me, like, yeah, I lost that 30 pounds, but then it was like, okay, well, I'm going to keep going. Like, I still want to be fit. I still want to do this. And so it became a really challenging time for me. The eating disorder got way worse before it got better. And I ended up transferring home back to back to a school on Long Island and lived back home with my parents because I knew that I was not going to get better without the support of my parents and my boyfriend, and just having that support system I knew would be good for me.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you.
It's just incredible to see what you've accomplished so far, and I mean, it's like the perfect way to end it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wish you nothing but the best. Your
Thank you.
continued success is so well deserved. You put every ounce of effort into that, and it's just watching from afar. I'm one of the few people that you inspire on a daily basis.
Thank you.
You know, I think I get up early. I'm probably sure people think they get up early, but you get up really early, and you're always just killing it. And you know, I'm just one of many people. So thank you for that.
I appreciate it.
And
thank you for allowing me to be a part of your journey for so long. You know, people always say to me, you know, that they love having me on their journey, but like the people that follow me, like, you're just as much a part of my journey as I'm a part of yours. Like, I know people follow me for the motivation and the pep talks and everything like that, and workouts and stuff, but people, like, by having a platform and by people wanting to see that, like, you're a part of my journey and you're a part of my journey. So you know, I wouldn't have this platform without all the people that support me. Right. So thank you for almost a decade of supporting me.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Damn, that was so good. Yo.
But as long as you're not overeating, you can't gain weight. So everyone, I was like, should we stop talking?
I told you before we started this, there's always something.
Yeah.
That was the something.
That was it. So super proud of myself because I don't know if you want me to wait.
You wait, that's fine.
Something got loud before and I was like, should I stop talking? Should I keep talking? I don't know.
No, it's good. It's perfect.
Welcome
I think
to
that's
New
like,
York.
yeah, really.